It's great to meet you, Jose. I'm Estel.
Esther, nice meeting you.
Tell me about your program.
Well, I work at an organization called Urban Youth Alliance Bronx Connect. I oversee about 7 programs for high-risk population, therapeutic programs. Some are functional family therapy. We actually have a whole team of staff here today that came from New York. 3 different providers, cure violence therapeutics, and that's pretty much doing a crisis response. We do therapeutic work in an RV of all things, in the community. We have staff that go to Rikers Island. We get oversee alternative to incarceration program, alternative to detention, sent by the courts, by the court system. So, have access to Rikers Island, youth and detention facilities. So we try to reach out to them there and provide whatever services are needed. Yeah.
That's fantastic. How long you been in the space?
At Urban Youth Alliance, I'm about 8 years now. Yeah, but I've been doing a lot of justice, high-risk involved work for over 20 years.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for the hard work that you do, helping the community. Why do you do it?
I started first in Boys and Girls Club movement, right, as a youth. I saw how so many, even people that I was growing up with, were lost to the streets with gangs, drugs. I can't even tell you how many died during the drug epidemic in the 80s. I came to the United States in the 70s from the Dominican Republic. I saw that epidemic hit like crazy. HIV, AIDS, all of that. Saw so many people being affected. And then I also saw how in the Boys and Girls Club there were a few mentors that just knew how to work with this high risk. And I saw that. And then guess what? I have an older son as well, sent him to private school and everything. He got into drugs, got incarcerated, and one day I just cried out to God, I tell you, and I said, God, if you could use me to help people that have been incarcerated, and lo and behold, I started a reentry program working in Westchester County, and sometimes you gotta live it as a parent in a different perspective, not only from friends that you lost, but then when it hits home, holy smokes, and other relatives that got into drugs and alcohol and
How's your boy doing now?
Huh?
How's your boy doing now?
Yeah, he's up and down.
Up and down, yeah.
Yeah, he's up and down. And let me say this to you too. I also have staff members too they've been in recovery, and I have a staff member even that's here today. Her kid is in the hospital ICU. Killing himself literally with alcohol addiction, and they call her from the hospital. She was in tears, and you have to even be able to support your people that you work with, that they're able to approach you as a manager, that you could be real with them and support them. I'm a pastor in a ministry, and I bring it all. The mission work, I actually even seen the work internationally where it's destroyed lives in Mexico, started a rehab in the Dominican Republic. People say, how the hell do you pull this off? I don't know. I heard one time that, not to make it political or anything, but there's people that like Musk, Trump, they only sleep 3 hours. It's like, if they could do it, why can't I just get it done in 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep?
God's got work for you to do.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And if you don't, who will?
Who will?
I feel the same way about behavioral health. There are, thank God for people like you and people like that are at this conference today. That there are a lot of providers out here that really genuinely care about the populations we serve. But that's the question in my heart. When I look at the work that we're doing, I think, gosh, if we weren't doing it the way we do it at the volume and velocity that we're doing it, who would be doing it?
Yeah.
When I like the situation you were just in with your son, I think about where would I send my kid? Of the providers I know, and I know a lot of providers.
Yeah.
Where would I send my kid?
Yeah.
And I use that as a lens when I walk programs, when I meet people.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we brought a whole team here. I see the providers that are here. Oh my God, the quality of services here is just ridiculous. I'm comparing it to a lot of the providers were in New York City.
Sure.
Over there's a lot of warehousing of services. It's a lot, don't get me wrong, but the quality, what I see here, even the staff that came here, a lot of therapists, they're like, this is different, the quality.
There's a big recovery community here in Arizona specifically.
Oh my God, it's like we're impressed. We're like, my God, and I know there's some out there that I met, but just not enough in the city.
Sure.
It
sounds like there's still a need.
There's still a need.
As much as we have here, there's still a big need here.
There's still a big need. and to keep professionals around. In the city, I guess out there the turnover rate is bigger. Here, I don't know. I just get a feeling there's a lot more stability with people
Sure.
staying at this long term.
Sure.
Because the way I see this is a war. It's a battle, and these are soldiers, and you got to keep them around so that the communities can really be changed, in a powerful way.
All right. So how can our viewers find you?
Oh boy, Urban Youth Alliance Bronx Connect, the BronxConnect.org, www.bronxconnect.org.
Awesome.
Also, I do have a podcast of all things. It's called Moral Politics.
Okay. I love it.
Moral Politics on YouTube. So people could look at me there too as well. Something that
Excellent.
I'm just launching. It's a little thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you out there. Thank you so much for the work you
God
do and
bless
for
you.
coming out and sharing some time with us.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
You as well.